I want to comment a little bit about the uh, order change yesterday. If you recall, I had 14 put contracts exercised early. So on Thursday, yesterday, I placed an order to sell 14 call contracts with a strike price of $6.50, which was my cost basis. I was asking 10 cents a share for next week. Had that been filled, that would have been, that made that transaction set 100% free cash flow. Well, by noonish, it hadn't moved. And I kept watching the 12/30 expiration date contracts. And so I changed it to a $6 strike with a 12/30 expiration date. And I got a premium of 10 cents a share. So you might ask yourself, why did I sacrifice some 100% CFC? Because basically, depending on my replacement cost, it's going to be pretty skinny CFC at that rate. But the reason I did it is because I wanted to turn in this week. Now, I've often referred to what I do as merchandising. I'm selling a product, which are these options that I create. And I had a question on my comments, and they said, "How do you become a market maker?" Well, it's very simple. You sell something you don't have. So in effect, when I sell stock options, I'm selling them short, which means I'm the one that ultimately has to make good on that contract. That's the market making, because those contracts didn't exist before I sold them. And when I sold them, then it became an item that is freely traded on the market. But anyway, getting back to the turns, in the retail business, you want to turn merchandise as frequently as you can because it increases your cash flow. So it's turns. I had selected the song Spinning Wheel by Blood, Sweat, and Tears as my theme song, if you will. There's a link to it in the description. If you listen to the words on that, it's really quite something. So this is all about the spinning wheel, the turns, the revenue it throws off, the turns, the revenue it throws off. And the hope is you'll have some free cash flow out of that and some profit, but mainly concerned about free cash flow. So at any rate, I chose to the turn to pull that revenue into this week, and I'll sell it again on Monday, you see. And the way that was shaping up, or even if I had filled yesterday or filled today for next week, that's still throwing that revenue off or that cycle off a week. So that's the reason I did it. I hope that's clear. One of my links down below it's called Can of Beans. So I have to think about my business is retailing, and it could be a can of beans. It's not. It's stock option contracts, but it could be anything as long as there's a market. Then I'll make the market by creating the product. Okay, don't want to labor the point too much. Quickly share screen. This is the transaction set chart at close of business yesterday. So I added, no, I got 20 cents a share. I'm sorry, not 10 cents a share, which means that my free cash flow on that transaction set is 10 cents a share. So that means it's $210 free cash flow. I'll take that for the quick turn. That person who made the comment about how to become a market maker wanted to know how. Well, the way you learn how to do it is to watch these videos, and particularly my website. I have 2 years of trading history on that, along with a lot of comments and articles and whatnot. You're going to have to sort of immerse yourself into that. And the reason that's important, I do have a couple of people who are trying to mirror my trades. That is, do exactly the trades I do. And if you do that, the only thing I can promise you is the same results that I get, which historically has not been bad at all. But when I do it, like yesterday, when I changed that order around noon, I had to do that quickly. I couldn't send out a email on my newsletter saying I'm going to do this. I had to actually do the order and then document it and then publish it. By that time, it may not have been possible for somebody to mirror that trade because the parameters may have changed. I don't know any way to avoid that. I've thought about trying a live YouTube session. But that will really tie me down, and I certainly wouldn't want to do that on a regular basis, because then I become a slave of YouTube. And I do have, even though I'm retired and have plenty of free time, I still have things I want to do. Anyway, please, on your questions and suggestions, put those in the comments, and I'll try my best to address those. We're coming up on a new year. This one's going to be closed out. My transaction set will move into the new year. The IRS does not. My fiscal year's December ends on December the 31st. I'm not going to get into that. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about I didn't have the math skills to do to follow the profit loss free cash flow over time. Actually, my senior year in college, 1976, back in the Stone Age, I had to take an economics course that required a little bit of calculus. And the entire course, the entire semester, only had one thing that was graded, and that was one problem we were given that we had to do a price model on. And that was done back before the days of the fancy computer, calculators. Or maybe they were available, but just way out of my price range back then. So anyway, that was done on a slide rule. A lot of you viewing this won't even know what a slide rule does. But anyway, it is possible, and Robinhood, along with all the other brokers, the clearinghouses are required to give me the option of downloading a file with all those calculations already done, and that is a great thing. Also, get a PDF document showing all of that. Which is voluminous, page after page after page. So I don't know how much value that is in terms of absorbing my year mentally, but it's available. And at that point in time, I'm going to I'm thinking about, I may not do it, but I'm thinking about publishing that PDF document so that you can see my entire trading year. And that's an official trading detail from the broker. So if anybody doubts my veracity, that's one way of checking up on me. Okay. I don't know what to expect on the market today. The futures are down slightly. I would like to see the price of HPI drop to $6 or a few pennies below would even be better, but we'll see. Anyway, you can see the rough lifestyle of Florida in the background. It's tough, but somebody's got to do it. Although we had a cold snap like the rest of the nation, it got down to 30 degrees, which for one night, which for here is feels cold, particularly when you've been in Florida for 20 years or more. It's warming back up. It's going to be about 80 today, which is perfect weather because the humidity will be very low. It's going to be nice. Unfortunately, today I've got quite a bit of manual labor ahead of me. I'm moving my welding shop, or a lot of it, indoors. And I'll document that in my welding playlist. That won't go online until later today. All right, if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you like it, hit like, and have a good day.